It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. And that, of course, was Enuff Z'nuff with Bring It On Home from the Animals with Human Intelligence release. And a guy that's going to bring it on home once again, back on the Classic Metal Show, the one, the only, the vocalist, Mr. Donnie Vie. Donnie, how are you, man?
Pretty good for my age. Thank you. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Good. Dude, it's very good to... You know, even above music and all that stuff, it's good just to see that you're healthy and you seem like you've really got your shit together, man, which is great. You know, not to get all faggy or anything on you, but you know, a lot of us worry, you know, when some of the craziness hits you.
Well, that craziness is long gone, you know. I mean, years, you know. So
sure,
you don't need to worry. I'm okay. It's just this was a little early. I was running a bit late, you know. My nephew was over and just popped out of the shower and run down and get this going. But, you know, crack at noon.
Right.
You get up there crack at noon, but well, I guess we're good.
Well, in rock star time, that is like 5 in the morning. So
it's ridiculously early.
Nice. Well, Donnie, obviously the big news right now is the song Stranger in My Head. It appears on the new Enuff Z'nuff release, and it has you on vocals, which is fantastic. And, you know, as a fan, it's the ultimate tease. As a, you know, for you personally, is it a stepping stone or is it a one-time thing? Because you've obviously been doing a bunch of really good music outside of Enuff Z'nuff.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a stepping stone. It was an effort that I made to, you know, try to, you know, have some more contribution to the band and the integrity of the band, which you know, for the fans, and I'm just not going to go back into things, but it could just be a one-time thing. We'll see. You know, you never say never, but you know, it won't be my fault.
Right, certainly. So have you settled in comfortably now to doing solo music? You know, just and I don't want to say just, because Beautiful Things is one of the best things you've ever done, but you know, are you comfortable with that, you know, after so many years put into Enuff Z'nuff?
I'm much more comfortable this way. It's kind of the same thing that I've always done, you know. I wrote and produced all that shit, you know, through the years, you know, for Enuff Z'nuff. But and this is kind of the same thing, but this is I have a lot more freedom and less restrictions, and I believe it's I like to grow and evolve and to, you know, let the songs dictate how they're going to be, and it's just it's easier for the songs, it's easier for me, and you know, I can pick a lane when I choose, you know, whatever comes, and not pigeonholed to anything. And, you know, there's no complications, and it only has to say my name when I write something now.
Right. And how has the reaction been for you? You know, when you first put out Good Enough, you know, obviously the fans just wanted to hear your voice, so they grabbed it probably without even hearing it. With Beautiful Things, I think people had already heard you solo before and had formed a opinion of what it was going to sound like, and if it was going to sound like Enuff Z'nuff and whatnot, to where they might have been more critical. For you, how has the response been? Have you found that fans have really, you know, the old fans have come in? Have you found new fans finding you? You know, how does it feel to you?
Yeah, it feels great. The fans, you know, that really know what's going on and really were aware of what was going on with the band and love the band and everything. Their response was great, and I had a feeling it would be, and it was like the first thing I had done in a long time. But with my solo stuff, I kind of did a stepping stone towards this, picking a side of the fence, you know. You know, my second solo record was Wrapped Around My Middle Finger, which I was still in that, I was still in the band.
Right.
So I was still in that heavier state of mind, you know, and leaning, you know, and stepping, you know, gradually towards, then did the thing called the White Album, which turned out to be a record. It wasn't meant to be a record in the beginning, and turned out to be a whole record of shit. So that was my first time engineering and, you know, doing everything, you know, playing all the instruments and engineering. It was a bittersweet experience, you know, and but after that, stepped away for quite a while with the intentions of possibly not returning to this. And then when, when the thing presented itself, it came back on really strong, and there was no denying it. And I got to work.
Sure. What do you anticipate your future to be? Is it just going to be songwriting? I know you've talked on social media anyway about the dangers of going out on the road and how that's not maybe not the best thing for you. Are you thinking that you're going to become more of a recording artist than a touring artist now? Is that the plan, or?
The plan is there is no plan, and just roll with it as it comes, and just do the best I can, and I mean, I obviously got to figure out some kind of plan because you got to pay the bills,
right?
But with the pandemic and all that bullshit, it's like it kind of gives me. So I was gearing up for touring,
okay,
or performing live, and that's a lot of physical and emotional effort, more energy you have to put into that. It's a whole different animal than recording. It's like in the old days, we used to record what we played. Now we have to try to play what we recorded.
Right.
So it's a bit different. And, the athletics of it all, and, exercising or getting into shape and chilling out on smokes and stuff like that, is it's not exactly my favorite thing to do, so it's I kind of got let off the hook there when this happened, and
right.
And I took a little bit of a break, released a single and releasing another single, a 45 actual record,
okay,
a little 45 record, and that's the plan right now, is to keep. I don't think Beautiful Things ever got really got the support that it deserved, and didn't get a real fair shake, and that's what we were getting ready to go out and support. And so I'm not going to I have the songs, but I'm not going to, even financially, it doesn't make sense right now to make a whole record. And so I'm adding new tracks, new singles that are in addition to the Beautiful Things record, and like these singles, and as I said, who knows what the future holds, but there's no fear of I think there might be fear of me still surviving and living, that because being 100 years old and everything that I've been through and what I've done to myself, but before there'll be any worries about not having any new material.
Sure, no doubt. Now, Donnie, I've always thought this about you, and I still think this about you. I always wonder why you don't find yourself an agent or somebody that has the in LA to shop your songs to whatever artists, because you write songs that could be universally used. Country guys could do your songs. R&B guys could do your songs.
You just froze.
Oh,
I write songs that could be other people that do. Well, when I did, internet connection is unstable, it says. When I did try to do that and solicit music for other artists and stuff through all the Enuff Z'nuff shit and years and stuff like that, my old manager, Herbie Herbert, used to say that they think some of the times they're either intimidated by the performance that there originally is, which, I mean, I can understand, and then I don't understand. And a lot of times my voice and my vocals are as important to the song as the actual song it is itself. And so, but as far as getting agents and doing all this and that, I just basically don't know how.
Okay.
This is my first time at the rodeo with this, and I'm acquiring new people to this team that we're building. And, but everybody I'm requiring, we're handpicking as we're Enuff Z'nuff. We would just, a lot of inmates running the asylum and kind of grasping at straws and whatever would come along, but kind of handpicking this and finding certain people who their heart is in the right place, their head is in the right place, and they're very helpful. And we're just kind of gearing out, getting this together, and just praying that all my organs and stuff don't melt before we get something happening, and we'll see what happens. I feel good.
Sure. Well, that's
but I don't know how. If there's an agent out there or somebody that fits the bill to what you just said, by all means, man, give us a call. you know?
No doubt, man. Well, you know what? As soon as we finish this, I'll give you a name and a number of a couple of people that I know that do just that sell songs to bands. So, you know, they might be able to help you. So.
That sounds amazing. Yeah, but my manager, Aaron Duke, give it to him.
Okay.
Give it to Michael, who just set this up.
Sure.
And because you give it to me, it's like, I do one thing, you know, I do the one thing and I do it really well, but all the rest of that, I usually come up short. I don't know why that is. You know, if I put the same work ethics as I used to put into like finding drugs, it'd be amazing. I'd be a billionaire right now and we'd be doing this in person on a plane or something. But yeah, get that information to those guys. Sure. And that are, you know, that's, like I said, acquiring people to handle different areas of things, you know, social media management, booking agent, touring, and all, you know, all that kind of different stuff. And I am looking to expand into, you know, writing for other people, maybe producing other people. If I like it, I have to like it. You know, if it's performing on somebody else's shit, I have to like it as well. And they got to have the money. And, right. You know, and when I do something and you hear me, you know, my voice and stuff is pretty distinct. And, you know, and I can do basically anything. But if you get a lot for the bargain, there's a lot of bang for the buck with me, you know. And so it has to be an acquired taste of a thing, you know what I mean? And, but as far as all of that different stuff, you know, podcasts, all kinds of different shit, the possibilities are endless, and I'm ready to take on whatever they can throw at me. You know, I still stay up a long time. I just don't do it artificially.
Very good, man. Well, I'll tell you what, Donnie, I figured we would end this with Strangers in My Head, unless you have a different song you'd like to share with the fans. Does that sound good? Or would you like to pick a different song to share?
Why don't you play two songs?
Well, okay, fair enough.
Well, you got Strangers in My Head, which was I wrote that a little while ago, but I reached out to Chip and I said, why don't you throw this on the record? And you know, he performed on it, and my buddy Vinny Castaldo did the drums and the engineering and mixing and stuff like that. And so it's for the fans. You know, I'd like the fans to hear as much as they can of the real thing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? As opposed to what's kind of going on now over there, is not the same thing, you know what I mean? And this is. And but I'd also like to plug the Killer Fucking Beautiful Things record, or maybe my new single that's out now. Or I wish it was just a little bit later, as I would give you the brand new single that's coming out, which is very anthemic, and it's called Party Time. It obviously wasn't Party Time when we were getting ready to release it. So went the other route. But yeah, you got the go with Strangers in My Head, and then All My Favorite Things would be good, or anything off the Beautiful Things record.
All right. Well, we'll play them both right now. So let's check it out. This is a lot of the voice, Mr. Donnie Vie, right here on your Classic Metal Show.